Oh, hello. My name is Katy Berry. Let me tell you a story about my friend Basil. Basil loved playing tag with the other kids in his class. They would play tag and yell out the name of the person that was it as they ran around the room. In the middle of playing tag, in walked a new kid with bright red hair and freckles. His name was Jeffy. Basil could tell he was a little scared since it was his first time at church. He didn't want his mom to leave him, but she did. He tried hard not to cry.
Ask him if he wants to play.
Polite Plum bubbled up. Basil walked over to the new kid and invited him to play. But because he was new, no one knew his name was Jeffy. So, right away someone tagged him. And because his hair was red, they yelled, "Carrot!" as loud as they could and ran off, along with Basil, who didn't want to get tagged. Jeffy was hurt and embarrassed and started to cry, while the other kids laughed and ran around the room having fun playing tag. But Jeffy was it, and he wasn't chasing anyone.
Maybe he doesn't know how to play tag.
Polite Plum suggested to Basil. Basil ran over to Jeffy to explain the game.
You're supposed to chase us and tag someone.
Right then, rude Rambutan convinced the kid who tagged Jeffy to point right in Jeffy's face and yell, "You're it, Carrot!" This time, Jeffy cried hard. Some of the kids started to laugh at Jeffy because he was crying. Rude Rambutan tried to get Basil to join in the laughter.
What a crybaby.
Rude Rambutan screamed in Basil's head.
Take him to play with the cars.
Polite Plum suggested. What should Basil do? Should he listen to Polite Plum and play something else to help Jeffy stop crying? Or should he just run off with the others laughing that the new kid is a crybaby? What would you do? One day, a man with leprosy came to Jesus, fell at his feet and begged Jesus, "Lord, if you are willing, can you make me clean?" When the people around saw that he was a leper, they stood back. Everyone knew that if you touched a leper, you would become a leper too. Jesus' disciples didn't want Jesus to get infected, so they tried to pull Jesus away, but Jesus wouldn't move. The leper needed Jesus' help. And Polite Plum was right there with Jesus, and Jesus did something no one had ever done to that leper. Jesus reached out and touched him. Jesus told the leper, "I am willing, be clean." And immediately the man was healed. Basil turned to the kids that were laughing and yelled,
Stop!
And everyone stopped and watched as Basil took Jeffrey over to the cars and started rolling them down the track. One by one, the other kids joined Basil and Jeffy, who was smiling and having fun. So, the next time you see someone that needs a little help, what kind of fruit will you bear? Polite Plum or rude Rambutan? It's your choice. Goodbye now.